Yo, what's happening? Yeah, you saw that video title. Trying to get an orange in M6, huh? Okay. That, or you trying to scrutinize what I'm doing? Yeah, I know y'all out there. But yeah, I appreciate it regardless. Before we get in it though, let me get some things out the way. My way is not the only way to do it. What I'm about to show you is what I found to be most consistent for me, what I think be most consistent for a lot of other people as well. This is also not gonna tell you how to get a 99 or 100. That can be largely dependent on your luck and some other factors that I may get into later. But yeah, this for my tanks out there. And this is mainly for the people that's doing PF and using the PF strats. There are some hard requirements for this. You need to know the mechanics to the fight, of course. If you ain't cleared the fight, like, what are you even doing, you know? And you gotta have some gear. You ain't gotta be best in slot, but you need to be damn close if you're not. Then the last thing is, you need to be main tanking. If you're trying to get oranges off tank, yeah, go hang that dream up, bro. It ain't happening. We're gonna be going through some footage of my old clears though, where I got some good numbers. But yeah, man, I ain't got all day. Let's get it. Alright, so here we go. Already, first thing, you want to make sure that at around 10 seconds on the cooldown, I usually do it at 9 seconds, that you go ahead and pot right there. You want to do that so during the ad phase, when you're about to cleave a lot, your pot is coming right back up so you can squeeze out some more damage right there. You'll miss a little bit in your opener, but that's okay. You'll get way more out of it later on during the ad phase. I don't think I did this back then though. No, I didn't do it. But it is better if you're trying to get some better numbers. So pulling the boss, normal stuff here. I don't see a lot of other tanks do this, so I don't know if it's bad or anything, but I like to pull the boss back more so that when they jump to the middle for the big raid wide AoE or something, it doesn't mess with the melee positionals. Popping some mid here, because another big thing, if you're trying to parse, a death is probably gonna kill your opportunities of getting orange. So make sure you pop your cooldown so you don't die. But yeah, I decided to make this because people come into my stream from time to time and just ask me how I get some of the numbers that I get. And yeah, typical stuff right here. The color clash, 1, 2, 2. So this is light parties. And this is basic, just maintaining rotation stuff and getting to the right spot. So what I like to do, I think I went to the wrong side here. What I like to do right here is, if I know it's light parties, I'll automatically like pre-position to the right spot so I'm closer to where I'll end up being for the stack. I think I'm on the wrong side here though. I think I was like used to being the off tank or something. But let's see. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side. Okay, next thing. See, I'm casting this Holy Spirit. I'm on the wrong side, but I'm gonna correct it pretty soon. But this Holy Spirit I'm casting is because you should never be shield lobbing on Paladin. Holy Spirit does a lot of damage, man. Does a lot of damage, even when it's not buffed. So you should really never be shield lobbing. Should be using Holy Spirit, especially on this part. You have enough time to move and get in position and everything. So just use the Holy Spirit. You'll get way more damage out of it. Then also, sometimes you can use Holy Spirit in place of other GCDs, but that's only pertinent on some other fights. So we'll get into that on another video. So you see I move over here. Another thing, let's go back and look at it. If you don't already know, when you positioning for these stacks and partners, as soon as you see the paint right here appear, as soon as you see that, you can dash or gap close in. Any melee or whoever got a gap closer, you can go ahead and go in as soon as you see that. Once it pops up, it's already snapshotted. You don't have to wait for it to hit you or anything. You can go right in. So as soon as I see that, boom, I'm in there. Now we're doing our 1 minute right here while we're doing the paint stacks. And I'm already prepping for this upcoming buster right here. And I'm in. Alright, now we got desert coming up. We're pre-positioning for the desert part. Let's see which one we get. I don't remember which one I got on this pool. Okay, so I'm keeping a boss. I immediately pop Shiltron because in this phase, she autos a lot, man. She autos a whole lot. Takes a lot of... Main tank gonna be taking a lot of damage, especially if the off tank isn't paying attention. So then I pop Bulwark there to help mitigate the autos. And I should be popping another Shiltron after it expires. And here we're just doing a North baits like PF usually does, going into 2 minutes. Any job should be able to get their full 2 minutes off right here. It may be a little sticky for a Gunbreaker, but on Paladin it's super easy no matter what you're doing. If you're the off tank or if you're the main tank, you still should be able to get it all on Paladin, even Warrior. Gunbreaker I think is a little bit harder. I saw some Warrior footage as well, so we can take a look at that as the off tank for that part to show you how you can keep full uptime. And here, what I do, I save that Holy Spirit. I saved that Holy Spirit from earlier so that it makes moving a boss a lot smoother once I find a safe spot. Now we getting ready for, what's this mechanic? The bomb mechanic. Nothing crazy here, but let's go ahead and look at the Warrior stuff. Okay, so yeah, I'm Warrior. I'm the off tank right now. And I'm gonna have to go out with the AoE later. But I'm not gonna have any downtime here. Just take a look. Sometimes if the person tanking it isn't quick enough or considerate enough, sometimes it's a little scuffed. But I think this one is good. So you can see I'm saving that Primal Ren right there. I'm saving it. I'm using everything else that I can. And luckily, like it lines up like perfectly pretty much. And then right here. So as soon as you see this debuff expire, right here, this is the bomb debuff. As soon as you see that expire, you good to dash right back in because it's gonna snapshot you where you are. And the good thing about Primal Ren, I'm already pressing it right here. The good thing about Primal Ren is before you dash in, you jump in place. So you stay there for a quick, like millisecond. You stay there for a second before you go back in. So it's gonna be cool. So take a look. Yeah, see? Oh, I clipped a little bit there, but that's because the boss moved quicker than I expected. So yeah, you keep full uptime as Warrior for sure. Pretty sure Dark Knight too. My luck hasn't given me the off tank mechanic as Dark Knight yet, so yeah. Alright, back to the paddle and stuff though, what we were just looking at. I like to use my wings right here and prep my rampart for this next buster. Yeah, here we go. So it come back up a little earlier during ad phase. Ah, yeah, here we go though. Here we go though. This is what we all want to see. So I'm saving my OG CDs right here because we're gonna delay our 2 minutes anyway. I'm saving them for when these spawn, so I can hit them all with it. The key to parsing in any fight with ads is padding. If you don't know what padding is squeezing out every bit of damage with your AoE as possible. So everybody pads during this fight because it's a lot of ads, but you want to be able to master padding. So you see we holding our fight or flight right here. Wait for these ads to spawn. And you can see my timer down there for my pot. If I had potted earlier, like I explained in the beginning, it would have been coming up right as this was about to happen. So we could have even got even more damage on this pool. But it's cool though, it's cool. But remember, as main tank, you can't sit here too long. You gotta go because it's the strat we use and you gotta move. I was honestly a little slow right there. Yeah, you gotta group these up as quick as possible. The cat helping us out, giving up some more cleave right there. And you just bring them over there. Can't forget your CDs though, man. I didn't pop my Sentinel for some reason. I guess I was trying to parse too hard. I was being a parse monkey. But yeah, don't forget your CDs there. The Jabberwock spawn here. Remember, you gotta stun it. It's kind of tough right here because a lot of stuff is coming up. You see my OG CDs coming up, and I got a stun, and I'm trying to AoE. So it can be kind of hectic right here sometimes. Let's cut to this other footage real quick though, because this was a little better than that pool. And you want to be leading any mobs you still have in front of the Jabberwock so you can still be cleaving all of them. And the boss, hopefully. And then I just gave out a Divine Veil right there, so it can help the healers out so we don't take too much damage, and hopefully the OT don't get killed. Now, here comes the next part of the ads in our another 1 minute burst right here. This is a little easier on Paladin because on Paladin, since your cleave is ranged, you could be moving over here already while that is going off before the Jabberwock is targetable, but right as it's about to become targetable. So you can move it a little easier. On Warrior, sometimes I have a little trouble with it, but it's still doable. You just gotta like plan out everything and hope everything lines up right. But on Paladin, it's kind of easy. So yeah, right as he's targetable, I'm over here and the other ads are already here. Get that stun off, keep him close so you can cleave. In this pool right here, I used my atonement combo that I had remaining just to get some more damage out on the Jabberwock specifically. And it wasn't too much of a damage loss there because that combo does a lot of damage. Alright, so now it's just, you know, kind of a dead zone for real. You're just cleaving and stuff and making sure you're rotating cooldowns while you get ready for the next mechanic and your next 2 minute. Depending on your group damage, a lot of this phase can change, but hopefully there's still a lot to cleave for this 2 minutes right here. But sometimes a lot of stuff is dead. Like these moves are about to die real quick. But that just happens with the gear and stuff, you know. So our Dark Knight over there was a little slow moving the Yan over. So we missed some cleave. I went ahead and provoked, but I still missed a little bit. Why is he holding him over there so long? Come on, bro. Getting a little bit more cleave off before the tank buster. And we good. We good. Just got the buster right here. Easy work. Throwing some wings out here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so that was the ad phase, man. Feel like I could have went into a little bit more detail, but y'all get the gist. Now let's see it with Warrior. You see, I'm saving my OG CDs again. Sometimes this part is a little awkward for me, but sometimes I have to hold that right there. I have to clip my GCD a little bit. But that depends on like if I clip earlier. So just like before, rotating cooldowns. Here I use Bloodwetting and maybe an Equilibrium, but I'm usually fine. Bloodwetting is just that strong still. Alright. Ad phase, remember we can't stay here too long. We gotta get moving. I know you want to make sure you hit everything with your cleave. That's how I kind of did it the way I did it. I made sure as I was moving, I used my weakest GCD. I still hit most everything, if not everything. Save your stronger stuff for when everything grouped together. But yeah, again, depending on how fast your group kills adds, you know, you may lose out on some cleave. You may get more cleave. Doing a better job of rotating my cooldowns on this one though. Some people say that I should stun that earlier, but it doesn't really matter, man. Not for real. Like I said, it's usually a lot of stuff going on at that time. So sometimes I'm a little slow on the stun, but it doesn't really matter. Bro, what you doing? Like, come on, man. What am I doing right here? Just that infuriate. Here, this is an unfortunate time. But we got our next 2 minute right here. So let's see how I do this. Oh my God, bruh. Yo, kick this warrior, dude. Yo, you see what this warrior did right here? This is exactly what you should not do. Because I think I just used Primal Ren. Yeah, I just used Primal Ren right here. Maybe I just jumped the gun or something like that. But yeah, because that Primal Ren doesn't hit anything but this Jabberwock. I could have just did a... I could have continued this maim right here. Or I could have did Overpower if there was a chance I didn't hit everything. I should have just hit maim though. Instead of doing Primal Ren. Because that Primal Ren hit one thing and that's like your second strongest GCD. So yeah, I just missed a lot of damage right there. Yeah, I only hit one guy. Not the end of the world, but it sucks. You gotta be careful right here too. Sometimes if the Jabberwock isn't dying quick enough and where your healer is positioned, you see I'm having to come over here, but the puddle is gonna be dropping over here. This line going to the DPS, the puddle is gonna be dropping there. If I get hit by that, I'm dead. I'm gonna get a Vaughn and the ass is gonna kill me. But I'm pretty sure I move out the way. Yeah, I move out the way. I wouldn't suggest doing that if you ain't familiar with the timing. So again, we back to the filler stuff, just cleaving and rotating cooldowns while we wait for the next mechanic and our next 2 minute. I use Nascent right there to help out the other tank and myself. Warrior's really good for this phase. I didn't use it very well this pool, but Warrior's really good for this phase. Alright, we cleaving. Yeah, like all the... Before I could even get 2 minutes off, the moves were already dead. So as soon as we group them up, I go ahead and use my strongest AoE right here. Get some more damage. I should have used a fail cleave right here. It's a hectic phase, man. But as soon as that Yan died, I should have paid attention. I should have used a fail cleave instead of decimate. Because if you don't know, fail cleave is more damage than a decimate on 2 targets. But it's cool. It's not the end of the world. I guess I got confused. What just happened there? Oh, it died right as I was about to hit it. Okay. It happens, man. Like I say, you just got to pay attention to HP. Got this buster here, and that's pretty much the end of the phase. Alright, here we got the bridges part. Nothing crazy here. This is the easy part. You want to hope that you get fire right here. We get fire. Cool. You want to hope that you get fire. The fire stacks are easier. Sometimes people mess up the lightning spreads. But this is cool, though. This is cool. This part can get hectic depending on like the lightning drops. And if people are not moving quick enough or far enough. So we drop our twisters right there. And now we're going opposite of the cloud. Sometimes it's hard to not clip here, depending on where your GCD lines up and which tether you get. But I think it's okay this pool. But yeah, those lightning drops are the worst, man. Sometimes it completely blocks your path, so you gotta like really get out the way once they disappear. Sometimes you get a party member that just drops their lightning right on top of the party. It happens way too often. Alright, so here I go ahead, I pop a reprisal here, and I look at where we are on the map while this is happening. I save this veil here. I save this for later. I'll touch on that later. But I look at the map, I see if we're closer to south, then I know that I ain't gotta book it to get south. But if we way up there, if we on A, then you gotta maybe pop sprint if you still got it up, but you gotta be preemptively moving to south. As soon as that last snapshot goes off, you gotta quickly book it to south, man. And it's 5 hits. If you didn't know, it's 5 hits. After hit number 4, you can probably go and get moving. Because if you're too slow, the boss can be up there. You could be having downtime for you and the tank in melee. Typical tower stuff here. Bait these how you're supposed to bait them. I try to get it centered just so every melee can still hit so the boss doesn't move. Dropping twisters there. And then we're just doing our basic 1 minute right here. If you're too slow, sometimes you can lose part of your burst. So we good here. Bait the lightning again. Back in our towers. We didn't take LB, huh? So I save my veil for this part because if we have to tank LB, sometimes the raid wide following it will be too much for us. So I veil this part. I didn't reprisal though. I think I'm used to the off tank reprisal on that. Basic stuff. We're pretty much at the end of the fight here. Doing our last stacks. If you pot well or pot at the right times, you'll get another pot right here if you go this far. If you win a party with good damage, you shouldn't even get here. So we met that buster and we finishing our burst. We got a pretty good kill time right here too. But yeah, 2 of the biggest things that's gonna really push you over the hump is your crit RNG and your kill time. You can do a lot of other stuff right, but to get like your best parses is gonna come down to your crit RNG and the kill time. I didn't speak much on Dark Knight and Gunbreaker stuff for this fight because I gotta get some more reps in on them, so I feel confident talking about them. But yeah, I know it's like week 50 and we super late in the tier, but you know, I felt I wanted to go and put this out. I see a lot of other people doing this type of thing, so wanted to see if this was something that people were interested in. I'm definitely gonna be coming back and doing all the other fights though. Holler at me in the comments, let me know what y'all think. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all though. I'ma holler at y'all next time. Y'all be easy.